I guess we are live over there, and we are starting over here. Good afternoon. It's David, and welcome to today's version of Facebook Live with Five. Earlier today, I posted a I guess it was a web page from an email that I got this morning from the National Institute of Health, Senior Exercise Division. Uh, uh, Stepping back for a moment, most of you have probably heard it already, but for those of you who haven't, I have been certified to teach a an exercise called group cycling. Many people know it as spinning. I got certified in actually 2005. Yes, 2005 I got certified. And uh, in 2009, I first Saturday in 2009, I had just taught a cycling class, and I went home and passed out and hit my head and uh, had a TBI, traumatic brain injury. But they figured out that the reason that I did pass out was because of my heart, and actually my heart muscles were very, very, very weak, dangerously weak. So after we got through all of that, it was in June or July that well, I had a defibrillator pacemaker put in back, da da. Um, I knew that when I heard how weak my heart muscles were, that I would have to do anything in my power to change to make them strong again, because we saw a worst case scenario. So I started to develop an exercise, cardiovascular exercise, three 15-minute segments where we take our heart rates up and we take them and we let them drop. Then we do it again. We did it in my class. If everybody attended all three 15-minute sessions, and I told folks if they didn't have time or whatever, come to one of them, come to two of them. It didn't matter, but because we had these 15-minute segments, and it worked for me. I think it worked for the folks who were in my classes. I literally more than doubled the strength of my heart muscles in a 7-year period. And that was absolutely 100% attributable to that exercise that I had developed for myself. And I was just sharing it with folks who came to my class. Good workout. And then 7 or 8 years ago, I got certified to instruct what is called Silver Sneakers. Um, I, I had to call senior exercise because I wasn't doing all the things that you were supposed to do in a Silver Sneakers class. I was doing the things that A, the folks who came to my class needed, and B, uh, things that I knew were important. So I've got both of those in my background, a lot of experience, and uh, I read pretty much on a daily basis three different emails, and we're at 5 minutes now. So if you have to leave, you'll be able to catch this as a video in my story and my newsfeed. Anyways, uh, I uh, I lost my train of thought. I have worked. I literally doubled the strength of my heart muscles, and so it's I'm obligated to share that experience. So I know what I was trying to say. I read 3 emails almost every day. One comes from WebMD, and they have a senior version of their sometimes twice a day email. I read AARP. They have an outstanding AARP is absolutely the best source of information for seniors and well, folks over 50. Uh, on my 50th birthday, I was very impressed. I on the day of my 50th birthday, I was invited to join AARP, which I did, and I guess that's 23 years ago. Soon, uh, and the third one I read is National Institute of Health. They also have a senior exercise. So I want to share with you quickly what. Well, you can actually go to my news feed earlier today. I posted a link to that article. If you need one, another link, whatever, send me a message and I'll get one to you. But let me share real briefly. Top line, if I can find it. There it is. Okay. They were talking about keeping exercise interesting for seniors because if it's not interesting, if it's not challenging, seniors are not going to do it. I certainly have my comments about that, but let's move on to point number. They have 5 uh, tips to help you stay motivated to exercise. Tip number 1: find ways to fit exercise into your day. You are more likely to get moving if exercise is a convenient part of your day. Um, I say yes to that, but well, they say find ways. Uh, I spend a fair amount of time sitting in my chair, but I am always doing some kind of muscle stretching while I'm doing it. If I increase the intensity of doing it, I will obviously elevate my heart rate, which is important. But uh, I I'm pretty much moving pretty much of the time that I'm sitting in my chair, and whenever I might hear a music, a commercial, what have you, I go into a sitting dance routine because I believe dancing is absolutely the best thing that seniors can do. And you, uh, well, let's move on here so I can hit them all. Do activities you enjoy to make it more fun. Obviously, we're talking about walks, we're talking about bike riding, et cetera, et cetera. But there's other things that you can do too. Make it social. Find a virtual exercise buddy to help keep you going and provide emotional support. That is extremely easy to do in today's world. If there's a break in your routine, get back on track. Start slowly and gradually build back up to your previous level of activity. Ask your family and friends for support. And number 5, keep track of your progress. Um, I I don't put a lot of well for me when I keep track, it's because I'm collecting data and I want to build my research model. Uh, in terms of you, the things that people don't do and should do. I've been doing it for years and years because I have to, and that is listen to your body. Whenever you are doing physical exercise of any kind, your body will tell you where your upper levels are. Don't worry about somebody telling you that you need to do it 15 minutes. Your body will tell you exactly how long you should or could do an exercise routine. Um, Rule of thumb about your heart rate. And remember, I told you it's real important. If you can work into your schedule to elevate your heart rate 3 times a day, just elevate. It doesn't have to be for 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be for 10 minutes. You might want to go for a shorter period. It's going to be a more intense experience, but if you can do it, do it. Elevate your heart rate um, 3 times a day, every day. You probably are doing it and not necessarily knowing. All I'm saying is be conscientious with knowing that the objective is to elevate your heart rate. How high should you elevate it? Well, once again, till take it to the level where it becomes hard to breathe and then stop. You can't. Nobody, nobody can take it to that upper level and stay very long. Uh, Take it to a level and then drop. Uh, it might take you 2 minutes to get there. Well, an objective should be it could be a slow increase of your heart rate, so you might stretch it out, or it could be a quick one, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it might be. Anything is good. Now, how do you know what your heart rate is? Uh, in the old days, we wore a heart rate monitor, a band across our chest. This transmitted a signal from our chest to our watch, and it told us our heart rate. Great thing. I did it for years. Uh, it was challenging sometimes because depending upon the quality of the technology that you were actually employing, sometimes you were reading the heart rate of the individual sitting next to you instead of yours. We found that out in some experiences that we had. But you can take your heart rate by counting beats here, counting beats here, 2 fingers. Or I actually have a stethoscope. It's not a great one, but I can quickly see if my heart rate is increasing. Okay, so length, how you get there, that's up to you. But it's important that you do it. You can sit in your chair and march. That's going to elevate your heart rate. I have. I wanted to show you a picture that I just took. This is a piece of equipment that I have in the other room. YouTube. This, I, I bought it. Well, I within the last 3 years I bought it because I didn't have it before I got to where I'm living now. Uh, I did not spend that much money. I believe I spent about $250 for it. And in the world of exercise equipment, that is not a huge investment. But I'm telling you, it is one. It is the best $250 exercise investment I've ever made. You can. It's a bike, obviously. Uh, the seat. I sincerely believe that the seniors were really kept in mind as this piece of equipment was built, was manufactured. It's a very comfortable seat, a larger cushion, and um, uh, a larger cushion, more padded. The biggest complaint I always heard in classes was the seat wasn't comfortable because they were hard leather, maybe, uh, not a whole lot of padding, uh, and they were small. And it took a lot of folks a long time to get used to seat. I got used to it the very first time I got on the seat, so no biggie. Uh, in this with this stationary bike, you can work six different resistances by twisting the knob, and the pedals become harder to pedal. That's how you increase your heart rate, by increasing your resistance or changing your position. You can't do it on this bike, um, because it'd be very dangerous. But in my classes, we had a bike that was very heavy. You could sit, you could stand, and you could lean forward. The three different positions, and uh, as you start to lean forward, then you start to increase your heart rate too. So that was another way to do that. So, and the other thing I liked about this, it had built into it resistance bands that you could uh, work on your your biceps, your triceps, your deltoids, whatever it might be. You could do it while you were pedaling, and while you were doing it, you absolutely, because you're doing more activity, will elevate your heart rate. So it was a great piece of equipment. Another piece of equipment that I love. By the way, if you go to David's Baby Boomer Bootcamp.com, David's Baby Boomer Bootcamp.com, 2 years ago, I created that web page, I did videos, I did demos, I talked a lot about things. So I go there, and if you have any questions about anything, please message me, uh, text me, whatever, and uh, let me um, help you take your exercise regimen to the next level. Back to this. I paid about $55, I think, for this. I love it because while you're doing you're working the resistance band. By the way, when you exercise, you must have resistance. If you don't have resistance in whatever it is that you're doing, you're not maximizing the effort that you're putting forth. So create resistance, however that might be. A lot of ways. Weight doesn't. Bands do it. I love bands. I love bands. I love this band because this is very safe. You put your feet in here, and while you're working out, you can increase the resistance of the band just by turning it. So you don't have to stop. Uh, this bar and band resistance band eliminates the need for hand weights, arm weights. It eliminates the need for foot weights. You can do all those things and more with this. You can dance with it. I'm sure there's a dance routine at David's Baby Boomer Boot Camp. So that's what I wanted to share today. Um, I thank you for 19 minutes and 5 seconds of your time. I hope it was beneficial. Please, any questions, either you can put them in the comment stream in the video, or you can personally message me if you don't want to go public, and I'll deal with the situation with you, whatever. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you soon. Oh, just in time for that, my friends, is the melodious sound of the Baltimore Oriole. We'll see you soon.